everyone. This is Teresa Siderio. I am your Jersey mama, and I thought everything was set. However, I don't know what happened. Hold on. I hate this. Okay. Let's move it back a little. I had some difficulties because I was moving stuff around and my iPad just fell off the tripod, and hopefully you won't see some of the scratches. I've had this iPad for forever, and it was in mint condition, and then all of a sudden I don't know what happened. But anyway, my name is Teresa Siderio. I am your Jersey mama, and I am not a nutritionist. I am not a chef. I am just somebody who enjoys cooking and wanted to bring some of my recipes to you. I thank everybody who is starting to hop on. It's good to see everybody. I know some of you haven't seen me in a while, and to be quite honest with you, it's, you know, if you're not a chef, you kind of like figure out what the heck are you going to show everybody, because I like to make it easy. And let me see something. Can you all hear me? Put a thumbs up. Hi Waldo. It's not Waldo, I'm sorry. I don't even know how to pronounce your name, Wado. Wado? Well, I thank you for hopping on. I'm so sorry, I butchered your name. But you can hear me, correct? Okay, great. All right, well, today I'm going to be making linguini and clam sauce. I know for some of you who make it on your own, probably, you know, you're probably saying, well, I know how to make this. Well, this is for some people that do not know how. So if you have a problem with everybody's comments, please feel free to swipe to the right. And this way you can see possibly what I'm cooking. Now I'm also have a new thing behind. I know everybody complained, or some people were complaining that it was all yellow, or when I would see it, you know, in the replay, I would see that everything looked yellow. So for my birthday, my son bought me this light, this professional light that shines behind the camera, so this way it looks like natural light. So I want to thank my son, Frankie Provolone. That's what he goes by, Frankie Provolone. You should see him cook. He really cooks good too. I had him cooking when he was like 2 years old. So, well, not cooking, but cutting peppers up. You know, after I came home from work, I used to make him cut peppers. It made him feel like he was doing something. So what I did was, in this pan over here, let me put this on low, because this is such a quick dish, folks, that I had to start my pasta early. Now, let me just give you some things that how to do this, okay? So in a pan, you're going to put some olive oil. You're going to coat the bottom. I'm using olive oil infused with garlic, even though I do have my garlic here. I chopped up 3 cloves of garlic. Now you want to chop it. You do not want to slice it, because you want to be able to, you want it softened up, and you don't want to eat it with the clams, because you don't want to taste it as you take a bite of clams. Now, these are clams that I used. They're whole baby clams. They're just not like the dungy or durkey. I don't even know what it's called, but I used them for years. The chopped clams. These are the whole clams. Like I said, this is quick and easy. So if you don't have access, especially in the wintertime, to some of the clams, fresh clams, this is a good product. This is Cento, and it's the whole baby clams, and you get actually the whole clam. So that's what I like to use. I like it, and I like to use to a pound of pasta, because I love clams. I like to use 2 whole clams. Also, while my olive oil and onion, or my olive oil and garlic are cooking in here, I'm sauteing my olive oil and garlic. Okay? So what I like to use is, you can buy any clam juice that you want. I use 2 jars of clam juice to a pound of pasta. This just so happens to be Bumblebee. You can also use Cento. I couldn't find the Cento one. They were out. Or Rosa. They make a great clam sauce. So 2 jars of this. Okay? To 2 cans of whole baby clams. Okay? I have fresh parsley that I chopped up that you're going to want to put in there, and I also have some wine. Now the linguini that I'm using is by Lidia. Lidia is a chef on TV. She's usually on the PBS station. I love her. I love what she cooks, and she also has a place in New York. She has a restaurant in New York. Okay, once this starts going, you don't want to completely, you got to watch the garlic because you do not want the garlic to burn, okay? But yet you want it to tan a little. I like my garlic when I make this like more on the tanner side because I love that flavor that it brings out. Here are my clams. My clams are going in. When I tell you how easy it is, it's easy. Okay, I know some of you will like have something to say if I don't wash my hands. But this is my kitchen, I do what I want. Okay, you're going to get some pepper, ground pepper. I'm going to use a little bit of extra garlic powder. You don't have to. This is optional. But, I don't know. I got a thing like if it doesn't have garlic powder, it's not complete. Then I use sea salt, or this is Himalayan salt, but normally I use sea salt, but especially when you're cooking with fish. I usually like to, when you turn it to crush it, I always like to put it in my hand. Because I have a visual problem and I can't see real well, I like to put it in my hand so I can judge. This way I don't, have a tendency of putting too much if you don't. Let's turn this up. Now because the clams don't need to be cooked real long, because if not, they get tough. So what you're going to do is then throw some parsley in there. And you let that simmer for about a minute, just so this way it starts to, you see the simmer from the pot. You want to check your pasta. Okay, this is almost done. Because their pasta is a thicker pasta, her linguini is very, very thick. So you have to watch, you have to cook it a little bit longer to taste. And usually al dente is perfect, but because it's so much thicker than most linguini, you just want to cook it for about 2 more minutes. Throw your juice in there. You know what? I am going to have to, what do you say? Hope this is not going to be an accident. I knew this was going to happen. I need to use a bigger pan. Only because of the fact, this is when I placed the linguini in here to cook with the clam sauce, because folks, we're almost done. You want to be able to have the pasta sit in here and cook with the juices, so this way it doesn't, so the pasta doesn't taste bland. Now I did put some extra salt in there before everybody, before I went live, and oh, thank you, Deb. I appreciate that. Listen. If you're on live, great. Tell me where you're from. I would love to know where this is reaching out. Also, if you catch the replay, put in replay and tell me where you're from as well. So this way we can see how far everything goes. I've gotten people as far as New Zealand. I've had Turkey. I've had Sweden. I've had, of course, my New Zealand fans. I do have Canadian fans. I have lots of Canadian fans. Lots of people from the United States. So please put where you're from. And if you have any questions, please put into the comments that for any questions that you might have, and I will get back to you on things. I will also include after the video the recipe for this. Oh, you know what okay. Because I'm talking so much, I forgot to add the wine, but it's okay. Because I could add the wine now. Add about 1/4 cup to 1/3 cup of wine. Let this simmer. You're going to let it simmer on high. If you want to add some hot pepper flakes, like I like to have, you can certainly add some hot pepper flakes. Salt, pepper, I got to remember everything that I put in. Okay. So once this starts to simmer, what we're going to do is we're going to take the pasta and we're going to put the pasta in. Perfect. Oh my God, that's so perfect. And I'm just going to do it like this instead of straining it in the sink, so you see what I'm doing. It doesn't make a difference. You just strain it as much as possible while that's simmering. I'm telling you folks, it's super easy, doesn't take long. Now what you could do too while the clams are simmering is you can add a couple pats of butter. But because I use the olive oil and I don't need it. Pasta is perfect. You do want to get it at that al dente stage. So this way it has like a little bit of bite to it because you're going to cook it in the juice of the clam sauce. And you're going to let that simmer. I love clams. I love these clams, and I like to use 2 cans, so this way you have a lot of clams. There is no need. Now, some of you might want to add some Locatelli cheese or macaroni cheese or Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. You can do depending on what flavor you like the best, and you let that cook. I am going to cut up a lemon. I'm going to squeeze that on top. You know what? Why not? I'm going to add some butter anyway. You don't need it. You don't want it. You don't want the extra calories, but I'm only going to put like a tablespoon. And that's it. It's to a boil. You're going to want to turn it off. How easy is that? Could it be any easier? Now I'm going to add this for those of you who have not watched me before. I do have a cooking video on YouTube, and it goes under my name, Teresa Siderio. I also, if you put hashtag Jersey Mama, I should come up. And you'll be able to see some of the videos I've already put up there. Also, I do have a Facebook page called Cooking Life with Jersey Mama. So if you type that in, my page should come up. I also have another page. It's my business page. Feel free to take a look at that. It's done. Now, some of you, I'm not going to put the cheese on it because I like to taste the clams, and I don't like cheese on my clam sauce. Serve this with a nice tossed salad. I got Louis Prima. You know what? I got Alexa Dot, Echo Dot. Oh my God, do I love her. I just told her, play some Italian songs, play some Louis Primo. And that's what's in the background. I asked her to do all kinds of stuff. She's like my assistant. Okay, now here's the taste test. I got to taste if it's poisoned. See that? See it? Okay. It's going to be good, I know it. This is like one of my favorite things to make. And you see how simple and easy it is? Give me a thumbs up. Give me some thumbs. Look at that. Yeah. Hi, Carol. Like my apron? It says my therapy. And it has the martini glasses on it. This is an old one. I bought this, I think, on Amazon. But most of my aprons I get from Pauletta Ford on things, great favorite things to remember or something like that. Paula, if you are going to be watching this, feel free to put in your link or your Facebook page for anybody that wants to order some not homemade. I don't want to say homemade, but they're made with love. Let's put it this way. Made with Love by Pauletta. She does a phenomenal job on all kinds of aprons. So, you can contact her. Great gift ideas. Mother's Day is coming up. Tell your kids if you want a nice mother or different Mother's Day present to contact her. So this way you can get it for Mother's Day. And she has like all spring ones and all kinds of stuff. So, this is Teresa Siderio. I am your Jersey Mama. Feel free to share. Feel free to tag somebody in the post. Feel free to share it on your Facebook page. And once again, I thank you for coming on and watching me cook my linguini and clams. Be kind to one another, as Ellen DeGeneres would say, because we need to be. We are a country that is dividing, but there's no reason for us not to be kind to one another. Buon appetito. Have a good one.